What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Super Phil Vlogs. Sorry it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. I've been very busy with a lot of stuff. So, today I'm going to be doing a video on a movie review. We got three movies. We've got Quantumania, Jesus Revolution, and Shazam. The new Shazam, Day of the Gods, whatever that is. And I'm going to be reviewing them. I'm trying out a new microphone right here. I don't know if it's going to be blasting or it's going to be too little, but it's apparently a vlog microphone, so I don't know if it's going to look good. Anyways, today we're going to be reviewing those. I have actually a little spreadsheet for all three of those movies, so I have actually rated these. I'm grading every movie that I rate via composition, plot, humor, theme, and the connection to the audience. And then you have the final score. So I will describe the final score, and then I guess we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Let's start off first with Quantumania. There's a lot of mixed opinions on Quantumania. I personally liked it. Quantumania was pretty fun. It was quite hilarious. A lot of people say it looks too much like Star Wars, and they also said that it was too much like Star Wars and it was not hyped enough, or there was too much hype for a movie like that. Anyways, so for composition, the composition is graded based on how everything looks to the TV or to the screen. So how all the colors, all the scenery, all of the plot, well, not plot, but every motion, like visual effects and all the graphics and camera styles. Honestly, it was great. It was an 8.5 out of 10. I liked all the colors. It made all of the quantum realm look very mysterious, very different. It looked very, very good quality. The plot, this is basically a generic one, is basically how the story progressed through. I thought it looked pretty good as the story progressed. Marvel does a great job at making the story go from one end to the other end with a sort of issue in the middle, and then gets back into the normal how everything goes. It was pretty well. The plot, I can't say anything about the plot because you probably haven't seen the movie, and I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but it was a great plot. A lot of people didn't really like the introduction of MODOK. I thought that was a cool little intro of MODOK. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was also pretty, you can just kind of sort of tell it was coming in a way, but not really. And then we have the humor. Okay, Ant-Man, all of the humors are just great in Ant-Man. So I pretty much gave that 9 out of 10. There's a lot of humor in it. It was pretty funny. And then the overall theme, which is like the sort of lesson that needs to be learned. And I think the lesson was it's been a while since not really been a while. It's been like a week or two since I've seen the movie. So I don't remember the theme, but there was one when I watched it, and the theme was pretty good. Yeah, it's basically like you don't have to be mean to be a villain. So, yeah, MODOK and all that was great. I do like now that Kang is in it, which I played the Lego, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, I think was it, that has Kang the Conqueror in it. So I was really excited when that was there. I was like, yes, there's Kang, let's go. So yeah, and this also does set a new bar for the new movies, the new, basically the new phases for Marvel. I think it's phase 4, I think. So I gave it a theme, an 8 out of 10. And then the connection to the audience, I mean, it's basically generic. It's basically the humor to the, theme to everything. Is all, how does the movie itself connect to the audience? And it was a 9 out of 10, except there's superheroes. So it's pretty good. It connects everything to the audience, which is great. And then a final score is a 41.5 out of 50, which is pretty good rating I gave it. It's probably going to be controversial, so all my ratings are my own reviews and ratings, so... Did you hear that? There's like, it's so sunny outside in Ohio, so if the sun goes up and down and be weird, it's probably because of that. Yeah, 41.5 out of 50. Generally, it's a great movie. You could watch it. Honestly, it would probably be a great movie. So, next one is Jesus Revolution. This one is kind of an interesting... I can't really... How am I going to describe this? I'm going to start right into it. So, composition. I gave it a 9 out of 10 because it does take place in the 70s, so it made it feel vintage, which is really cool. So it had that vintage feel. The plot was a 7 out of 10. I think the beginning was very, very... I was a little bit confused at the beginning because the beginning was all weird and wacky, which was somewhat in the 70s, I guess you could say. The humor, there's not really much humor in the movie. Oh, I gave the plot 7 out of 10, by the way. The humor, a 3 out of 10. There was not really much humor. It was mostly serious, which was the point of this movie, was to be serious. So, the theme was a 10 out of 10 because the whole movie had a big theme and it just kept going and going and going and progressed. So, the theme was good. I gave that a 10 out of 10. The connection to the audience, I gave a 7.5 out of 10 because not everyone is Christian. So, I gave that a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. And a lot of the connections were kind of good, and then some of them were not, kind of bizarre, I guess you could say. So, yeah. And then at the final, I gave it a 36.5 out of 50, which is pretty good. And then the last one is Shazam. Yeah, the new Shazam movie that came out. I think it's like, I wrote FOG because I think it's called Fury of the Gods. That's what it is, Fury of the Gods. The composition is a 6 out of 10. Shazam is interesting because Shazam is part of DC, and DC is usually mostly oriented to dark humor and more, there's not really much, yeah, it's mostly geared toward dark humor, but Shazam is more lighthearted. It's like going to like Marvel. It was kind of weird. Shazam's good for all ages, but if someone wants to like get into DC, I guess Shazam could be a first start, but once you get into like Black Adam, which slowly dips his toe into the darkness, and then eventually go to Batman and all that, and it just gets really dark. But the composition was pretty... It's not like Quantumania or Jesus Revolution, where it was 70s feel or colors that's like make you feel weird and mysterious. So I rated that 6 out of 10. It was a very basic color orientation. Definitely a lot less than like I gave it a little bit higher score just because when you go to the castle, you'll see when you watch the movie, if you go to castle, it kind of feels a little like it, but yeah, I just thought it was generally like the composition was normal. So compared to like other movies, it just didn't really feel anything different. But it's also Shazam, and you can't really like tell anything different. The plot, 9 out of 10. The plot kept progressing and progressing, and it was actually pretty easy to understand, which is great. Honestly, it was great. The humor was an 8 out of 10. The humor was quite hilarious. I like the first movie humor more than the second one personally, but it was still generally they both had the same exact humor, so it was pretty funny. The theme, the story, the theme, it was pretty good. The movie theme, I didn't really sense a theme, but I still rated it a 9 out of 10 because there's probably a theme in there somewhere that was pretty good. And then the connection to the audience is an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's about Billy Batson, so I don't know. It's got the teenager connections, so it's kind of worked as well, which I gave that one a score of 40 out of 50, so 4 out of 5. And yeah, that's my movie review, first movie review video. Should I do any more of these? I don't know. I'll probably continue watching movies and hopefully make these to YouTube and see if you guys like my movie reviews. They are probably just going to be me with my spreadsheet scoring all these separate and then talking to you about it. This was a 3-1, so I'll probably do, if I watch a lot of movies, I think movies are now kind of get better. Back like 2 years ago, they were all like rated R and weird. So I'm not going to review those. I'm going to review more teenager-friendly movies. Wow, it is very windy outside. Jeez. Teenager-friendly movies, so I will be reviewing those so that I'll probably do 3 at a time so that I can describe it to you, because each one of these took like 2 minutes to describe. So, honestly, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please consider subscribing. It'll be great. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And comment down below what other movies I should watch and check out and review so I can put a video up onto glorious YouTube so you guys can watch. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye!